Hey y'all, welcome to Cooking with Miss Holt. I'm a retired home ec teacher if you're new to my page, and we are going to do sort of a refresh of a video I did last summer, which is my most popular video and I think has been shared more times than any other video, and that was for chocolate chip cookies. Now, this video is going to be for people who are serious about chocolate chip cookies. You're the person who you're constantly looking for the perfect recipe and you're constantly tweaking yours, and you're just always looking for that ultimate chocolate chip cookie, and that's me. And I worked on it for so long. So if that's you, this video is for you, because we're going to talk about the components and why you do this and why you do that. The recipe I'm going to do today is very similar to the shopping mall cookie recipe in my cookbook, Cooking with a Small Town Girl, which is just my old kitchen journal that I turned into print several years ago. So I have a few of those left, and this is what we're doing here. So anyway, so we're going to talk about why you do this and why you do that. Now, first of all, I like a chewy cookie with crispy edges, and I like a thicker chocolate chip cookie, that's what this is. So if you like flat, thin, and crispy, this is not for you. And I will tell you what makes this recipe that way. We're melting the butter. I've already melted it. And just in a second, I'm going to turn my phone down and then I'll show you how we put all this together. But you need to melt your butter. It needs to be real butter. The butter needs to be salted. And yes, the recipe calls for salt. Now, if you need to lower the salt for health issues, then I would keep the salt in the recipe and just switch to unsalted butter. But this is how I make them. I've made thousands of these. I'm getting ready to make several hundred more here in the next couple of weeks for a project. So this is what everybody asked me for, and this is the version that I stick with. But anyway, so it takes 2 sticks of salted butter melted, and so that's what I have in my bowl that we'll get to here just in a second. Here's the other thing, bread flour. This is the trick right here, okay? This changed my cookies more than anything. I have not made chocolate chip cookies with all-purpose flour in years. Now, can you? Yes, you absolutely can. But like I said, I'm particular. I want it a certain way, and so bread flour is the trick. And the reason that bread flour is the trick is because of the gluten level, the protein level is higher than all-purpose flour. And I will tell you, and I don't work for White Lily, I'm not being sponsored by White Lily, but I have tried other national brands. I was not happy, and so I came back to White Lily. Now, if you live in an area where you can't get White Lily bread flour, I would probably do King Arthur. But so that's what I've stuck with, and I have used King Arthur and I liked it. So here's another thing. This is another big difference. And I use Toll House. There are many semi-sweet chocolate chips. There's regular chocolate chips, and there's semi-sweet chocolate chunks. Now, I'm going to try this one day. I have not tried this. If you want to, you can. What I go with is the semi-sweet minis. And like when my grocery store has them on buy one, get one free, which they do every couple of months, and certainly at the holidays, I buy like 8 bags at a time. Because they're about $4 a bag normally. They're buy one, get one free. They're like $2 a bag. So I buy these in pretty high quantities. Now, every time I make these, if somebody has not had them before, they say, what kind of special chocolate is that? It's not a special kind of chocolate. It's just this Toll House minis. And the thing is, it spreads the chocolate out. So it looks like you've got a ton of chocolate in there or some kind of specialized chocolate, but you don't. It's just this. It's just the fact that it's minis, and it spreads chocolate all throughout the cookie. So it's real chocolatey. Now, if you only want to use 2/3 of this bag or 3/4 of the bag, you can certainly do that if you don't want them as chocolatey, but I use the whole bag. Okay, All right, let's turn my phone down and I'm gonna keep talking and I'll show you what I got. Okay, here's my 2 sticks of melted salted butter. You can use margarine, but you're not gonna get even remotely the same taste or texture, and I will tell you they will spread more too. So I wouldn't advise that. Wait till butter's on sale. I know it's expensive. Or I like going to Aldi to get butter. Aldi's much cheaper than my grocery stores here, or I wait till it's buy one, get one free. Okay, so I've got that. In here, I have 1 1/4 cups of light brown sugar. I have 1/4 cup of sugar. I have a teaspoon of vanilla. I have 3/4 teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking soda. And I'll put all this down in the comments. So I'm gonna put this in here. Now, also, I'm gonna show you this. If you ever watch the Barefoot Contessa, she's kind of famous for saying, make sure you use good vanilla. Well, this Nielsen and Massey, this is what she's talking about. And as a matter of fact, I think this is the brand that she uses. This is expensive. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. It's expensive. Now, I bought this at TJ Maxx and it was $13 for this bottle. It's $18 on Amazon, and I've seen it for 20 something in the grocery store. Now, I'm very particular about what I use this in. It's gotta be for a special occasion, something that's important. I also have regular grocery store vanilla as well, but today I'm using this this Nielsen and Massey, and it's really good. You wanna save that for your important desserts. And of course, vanilla keeps for a long, long time, and it will keep a long time. Okay, all right, now here's another thing. I've got 1 egg and 1 egg yolk. This is important. You wanna throw out or either keep the other egg white for breakfast, make yourself an egg white scramble or something. But this is 1 egg yolk and 1 whole egg. And that contributes to the chewiness of this. So we're gonna put this in there. All right, now I'm gonna stop the camera and I'm gonna beat this up and then I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, I'm done with that. This is what it should look like when you get the butter, sugar, and everything I just said, eggs and all that mixed up. Okay, now I'm gonna put in 2 1/4 cups of this bread flour. I'm not gonna sift it, but I'm not gonna pack it either. You wanna spoon it out. And so I'm gonna spoon that out, I'm gonna beat it in there, and then I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, this is what it should look like once you get it beaten up, just like that. It's pretty thick. Okay, so now I'm gonna stir in my chocolate. And again, you can see about how much that is, and they are very chocolatey, but this is the same weight bags. I think it's less weight. This is 10 ounces, and I think the others are, these are 11.5. So it's actually less weight. It's just chopped up really fine. Now, you don't want to put the mixer back on this. You just want to stir it up like with a spatula or something like this. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these stirred up, and what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to scoop them out onto a cookie sheet. I'm just going to scoop them all out at once. Okay, y'all, I've got all my dough scooped out here. Now, this made about 22 cookies. I have one in the oven because I'm going to show y'all one that's freshly baked, and then I'm going to chill the rest of these for about 1.5 hours, and then I'm going to show you what one looks like that's been chilled. So we're going to compare. And the 2 most important things I will tell you today are use bread flour and chill your dough. The longer you can chill it, the better off you are. So once these are in the refrigerator, 1.5 hours or 2 hours, they're going to become solid, and you can just drop them in a Ziploc bag, and you can freeze them. You can chill them for since they have raw eggs in them, I wouldn't chill them for more than 48 hours. You need to freeze them at that point. But anyway, the longer they chill, the better off you are, the better they taste, because that brown sugar in the butter will kind of caramelize. So that's really where the good taste comes from. Now, these chocolate chip cookie companies in the mall and all that, they definitely let theirs chill. They do not mix up dough and then turn around and bake it right off. But the color's better, the taste is better, and everything. So let me get these done, and then I'll be right back. This is the size scoop I use. It's about 2 tablespoons, and it came from Pampered Chef. So if you want to know, and you can scoop them smaller. If you scoop them smaller, you'll get more cookies. You'll get 26, 28 cookies out of it. So once these chill for a couple hours, I'll be back. Okay, y'all, this is one that I just scooped and baked. I did not chill it. And you want to take them out just a little bit before they're done, because they're going to continue to cook while they're on the baking sheet. But I will measure this one and see how wide it is, and then we'll measure the next one, because they do spread more if you don't chill them. So you get a bigger cookie, and that may be something that you want. But anyway, we'll watch the other one after it's chilled. Okay, y'all, both of our cookies are out now. And one of the things that you can see is this one on the top, I baked straight away. I just mixed up the dough, scooped it, and baked it. And I baked them both on 375 for about 11 minutes. This one is 4 1/4 inches wide. This one is 3 1/2 inches wide. And I actually got a tape measure and measured it. So you will have more spread on if you just scoop it. But when it chills, the butter solidifies and the butter doesn't melt as fast. So it doesn't spread as much. So you get a chewier cookie, which I like. But anyway, let me show you the ones that I chilled. Okay, and then the other, I had 22 cookies scooped out, or cookie dough pieces, and so I put 20 in this bag. And like I said, now I scooped them pretty large, so they're gonna make, if you scoop it right away, it's gonna make a 4 1/4 inch cookie or a 3 1/2 inch cookie if you chill it. So you could certainly do a smaller one, but after they chilled about 1.5 hours, they're solid. And so I just put them in this Ziploc bag, and now they're in my freezer. And I think it's probably good to use them within about 3 weeks. I wouldn't let them stay in there longer than that. They kind of just begin to get freezer burn, and just don't taste as good as they would have. They're not going to make you sick, but they just won't taste as good as they would have if you'd have baked them in the first 3 weeks. Again, this recipe is from Cooking with a Small Town Girl. It's the Shopping Mall cookies. And what I did was I left out the milk in that recipe, and I changed the butter to salted, and I used mini chips instead of just the regular semi-sweet. But other than that, it's the same recipe. So if you're a chocolate chip cookie aficionado, or just kind of searching for that perfect recipe, I hope this helps you. See you soon.